Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Independence City Council meeting. It's Tuesday, February 8th, 2022. It's 6:30 in the evening. Let the record show that councilors are here except for Councilor Roden, who is excused. Councilors, before we get in today, our city recorder asked us to remind you to keep your microphones close and not lean back while you're talking. For some of us, that's not an over much of a problem, but and there's chuckling around the room. Okay, so just reminding everybody. Council members, you have the minutes of January 25th in your packet, and do they meet with your okey-dokey?
I move to approve the minutes as received.
Second.
I motion second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And opposed, motion carries. Thank you very much. We have a visitor presentation tonight, Heather Thomas, from the Polk County Historic Independence Women's Club. Ms. Thomas, good evening and welcome to the City Council.
Good evening and thank you for letting me come and speak to you. I am the current president of the JFWC Polk County Service Club and speaking to you as a citizen and volunteer in this lovely community. On February 28, 1914, a group of ladies came together to form this wonderful organization. Their first name was the Civic Improvement League. And you understand that. At first, they were formed to clean up the downtown area because of all the flies. It was impossible to shop and do business downtown. They also were instrumental in getting and helping with the project paving roads in 1914, where they supported the 300 to 400 men that went through the Polk County area, paving all the roads here. Throughout the years of being in service, this organization has been vital to this city. In 1929, they built the first public library in Independence, supported the PTA, provided scholarships for ladies who were wishing to join the workforce, and much more, including losing children in each war. In the 1920s, the women also were provided a means for a clubhouse when a patron of the Presbyterian Church left funds for a new church to be built. The members at that time were members of this church, or should I say many were. They were given the opportunity to purchase the church for $1, with them being responsible for moving this wonderful building to its current location at 340 South 3rd. The Historic Independence Women's Club is used by many in the communities throughout the Willamette Valley, and we are in the process of starting renovations. As you are all aware, because of all the work that's being done all through Independence, money is always an issue in doing renovations. As this is a historic building, we are adhering to the rules set by the Preservation Commission, and the outside of the building, other than some minor repairs, will be painted and brought back to its glory once more. On February 26, 2022, 2 days before we turn 107 years old, we will be hosting an auction celebration to help obtain funds for our renovation project. We are inviting each and every one of you to attend this great event, and your lovely mayor, or your wonderful mayor, will be our auctioneer. Not only will you be able to bid on some great items, but we will also be highlighting our history in 1914, and you can meet the current members who will be in attendance. As you can see, I'm wearing Rosie the Riveter. Our theme for this is Rosie the Riveter, We Can Do It. As one of your longest standing volunteer organizations in the City of Independence, I hope each of you will attend. The cost is $5 to enter or 3 cans of food. We are gathering for the Marion Polk Food Bank. What a way to celebrate fun, food, wine bar, and an auction. I've given Karen flyers for each of you, and we hope that you will attend. Thank you very much for your time.
Well, thank you, and thank you for all the volunteers who've done so much over so many years, and I think we've all had an opportunity to be in and attend events at the Women's Club over a long time. So thank you for what you've done. Thank you for what you continue to do, and I look forward to being there on the 26th.
Thank you very much.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
What does the acronym GFWC stand for? I know Women's Club.
General Federation of Women's Clubs.
Okay.
We are a national organization The club here joined at the end of 1914 with the Federation, and this is going to be our community improvement project, which is a possibility of winning in 2024 $10,000 to bring back to the community. So it's really important that we get these renovations done. This will go in to our book that we are already keeping catalog on. Every step of the repairs, we are taking photos of those. Anytime I talk to an organization or anything, I always have it. We have an article that just came out in the Itemizer Observer for the second time. And he's said we were a little giddy, but I wasn't giddy. I don't know where he got that from, but that's okay. Because it just shows that the women here are very excited that we're finally starting renovations. Actually, I have to tell you, when we tore the bathroom apart, the wall actually caved in, the ceiling actually caved in. So we could tell that it was necessary for these repairs to be done on the first step. We have 6 phases. Phase 1 is the bathroom. Phase 2 is a brand new heater. Phase 3 is we are going to put all new electrical throughout the building so it's up to code. Phase 4 is painting interior, exterior. Phase 5 is redoing the wall, and Phase 6 is whatever is necessary after that. So $40,000 is what we're looking for total renovations. For the first part of it, we have already gotten donations of over $5,000. So we're hoping to get more than that.
Great.
Do you still need auction items?
Pardon?
Do you still need auction items?
You sure can.
Okay.
In fact, we're a 501c3 club, and I do have the form here that I can give to you with all the information on it.
Please.
Great.
And I really appreciate any donations that we get.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you taking the time to come in. Council members, I'm going to move forward with my reports here, and you have 2 committee appointments in front of you, one for the museum and one for the Parks and Recreation Board.
I move to accept both as submitted.
Motion?
Oh, second?
Second. Discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And opposed? Motion carries. Thank you very much. Under my report, I've talked to you folks a little bit over the time about the importance of infrastructure, and I continue along with staff to work on trying to nail down some of the federal funding, some of the state funding, looking for dollars for transportation for the Chestnut Street Bridge, for a pump station, and dredging the sewer lagoons. And in the past couple of weeks, had Representative Evans, Senator Patterson out, have had Schrader's office here, have had Wyden's office here, and Merkley's office is going to be here in a couple of weeks. So we continue to talk to them about our community needs and our infrastructure. And I will tell you that the fact that you never know how this is all going to turn out, but we sure get extra bonus points for the work that our staff has done to be prepared and have things shovel ready to go. And some of these things are 30 to 60 days. If somebody said go, we can have something between 30 to 60 days happening. That's how far the planning is going, which is really good. Just to keep everybody aware, there you go. The State of the City is coming up next Tuesday. It'll be broadcast 8:30, and then it'll be posted along. Mayor of Monmouth and I will both be providing a little bit. The COG Annual Awards are Wednesday, the 16th, in the evening. Karen will send out reminders if you want to sign up. It's a virtual event, so doing that. Through the Council of Governments, I serve on the Legislative Committee besides serving on the board, and one of the things that we're working on during this short session is the bill for the homeless money for the projects around the state, and of which we are one of them. We are focusing on rural homelessness and trying to coordinate all of the county resources, city and county resources, and with a focus on rural, and also ways, because we're small, if we can take a look at prevention and trying to do some things there. And that's House Bill 4123, in case you're interested.
That gets heard tomorrow morning in committee.
Yeah. And fortunately, our local representatives have co-sponsored along with a boatload of people around the legislature. Also, we've had continuing efforts towards bringing expanding mental and physical health care. Mayor of Monmouth and the city manager over there and Chief Mason and I will be meeting with some folks talking about health care opportunities in the community. We continue to work on trying to expand the both mental and physical health opportunities here because we are less than what we want to be. So those are some of the things that we've got going on, and I will now turn it over to Chief Mason to give the city manager report. Good evening, Chief. And
good evening, Mayor, Council. Kind of a short report tonight, but a few good things that are going on that I'd like to share. The first one would be that we received a grant from the ODOT to do a Southern Trail design work, and that would be like our trail that goes north of City Hall along the river. This would be going south from City Hall all the way down to an intersection point with Corvallis Road. This grant is just for final alignment and 30% design, but it should put us in a good place to seek additional funding to actually build it out further down the road. The grant is actually being done through ODOT. They're hiring the consultant and then just getting the work done for us in conjunction with our request. Scratch hits are back. If you haven't had an opportunity to see the program overview that went out in our social media outlets, I would say that that was a good piece of work and explains what I would say is a great program. So you should give it a look if you haven't. Really good video work done there to get that information out. We have selected the firm to do the sports park analysis work. I don't have the name of that firm with me, but we are bringing that to you for your approval at the next council meeting. We moved it, honestly, just so Councilor Roden could be there, and I didn't have to have Sean come tonight for one thing. So when she informed us that she couldn't be at this meeting, we went ahead and moved that to the next one because she has a real interest in it. And to answer a question that I had asked earlier, that analysis work does include whether or not tournament type build out of fields there at the sports park could be self-supporting. That is part of the work that we're asking them to do. We are continuing to move forward with our cooperative work with the City of Monmouth and Polk County's Community Outreach Department for resource navigator positions and help to those that need it in our community. The IGA that we have been working on to bring those services here is with legal, and I should have it for you at the next meeting. We are making some changes internally to how we do code enforcement, where we're putting code enforcement, I guess is what I should say. Some of the code enforcement duties are going to shift over to the building and planning, community development departments. Kind of an opportunity that we had because we lost a long-term employee in the police department that was doing code enforcement. And we have recognized that a lot of the duties that she was doing kind of are better placed over in community development. So we are going to create a hybrid position there that does building plan assistance and assists the building department, code development department, and also does some of those code enforcement work. So that job description is just about wrapped up, and you should see it going out as an open position in the next week or two. And the last thing I have is that the RFP for Audit Services has been posted, and responses are due on February 22nd. Just as a reminder, Councilors Morton and Core, along with myself and Gloria, we're going to review those, and we should have a contract for you in March for consideration.
Everybody okay?
Questions?
Everybody okay?
I just wanted to say Emmanuel's doing a really good job. I am pleased to see stuff out on all the social media channels. Really good.
Great, we'll pass that along.
I agree, and I have flooded him with information and contacts, and I hope he's not drowning yet.
I'm sure that was helpful.
Great. Thanks, Chief. On to utility customer assistance. Ms. Butch, good evening.
Good evening. You've seen this in your packet a couple times now. The only changes that have been done to that agreement that you saw originally is that we filled out all of the form items, putting in the name of the city and doing all of that work. The reason we didn't have it, we kind of postponed it from the last meeting, was because the attorney had a couple questions. We hadn't vetted it past her yet, and she had a couple questions that we needed to answer, mainly about timing of how often we're going to receive payments from the program. And that'll be about every week, except if there's not very many in a week, then they'll do it every other week. So we got that nailed down and all those questions answered, and so it's ready to go.
Questions for staff?
Yeah,
Councilor Court.
I'm sure we'll put this out on all our social media channels, but is Community Action Agency going to do a communications plan associated with this, get it out to their customers as well?
Pardon me?
Is Community Action Agency going to do some communications work on this program as well to let their customers know that this is happening?
Yes, we will coordinate with other entities that are working with assistance programs and make sure that everything is, this information is out there. And we'll do some direct mailings to some of our customers that are really struggling. So we've got several different ways of the way we're going to get the information out, and we'll certainly put it out on our social media as well.
Thank you.
Yeah, I just had a question about, a little bit about how it works. Does a customer have to reapply every month, or how does that work?
My understanding is that a customer can receive assistance just once a year.
Okay, so, okay.
And it is an application process. According to what we've been told, it's not a huge application process. There is opportunity for customers that are, that the service is in the name of a landlord or a management company. It's a kind of a little bit of a longer process, but there's still a way for that assistance to get to those renters.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think that part about being able to do it once a year is part of that flyer. That's probably an important piece of information. And I'm a little concerned too that the application is either in person or by mail. They don't have an online application form that people can use, or is there some reason that they need to confirm identity or something?
Right. This is still kind of, I think a lot of the logistics of it is still in the process. It's not actually active yet. They're still trying to iron out things like that and being able to be more accessible to more people. They're still working on all of those kind of things. There's quite a few entities that are the vendors, like the City of Independence, that are going to be involved in the program. And so they've, all pushed out all of those kind of questions. And yes, we're hoping that those kind of things will be more accessible.
Thank you.
Everybody okay? Mm-hmm. Okay, this is an action item.
And I would be pleased to move to approve to proceed with agreement with Mid-Willamette Valley Community Action Agency to administer the Low-Income Household Water Assistance Program on behalf of the City of Independence and for the interim city manager or designee to sign the agreement.
I have a motion.
And I would be thrilled to second.
And I have a second. Is there discussion? Appreciate the work that's gone into this and finding this and making this connection. So
thank you.
Really appreciate that.
Yeah, we're excited to get it going.
Okay, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And opposed. Motion carries. Thank you very much. And we're going to go to general announcements here. You have announcements. And for those of you this is a shorter council meeting, but trust me, these councilors with a city manager recruitment going on with Budget Committee and with other commissions and activities that they have. Don't worry, they are putting in their considerable amount of time. Just because you don't see it tonight does not mean it's not done, and there's going to be weekends and evenings and all sorts of other things. So, announcements.
Yes, whenever you're ready.
Whoever wants to jump in first. Okay, you've made noise, so you're
Okay. April 22nd is the date on which the community awards through the Chamber of Commerce will be presented on videotape. For this month, it is very important that everybody go online with the chamber and vote for your candidates for top business, and also to nominate people for First Citizen and Distinguished Service, Educator of the Year, and so on awards. We have the month of February is designated for voting month. Then there'll be tabulations and work on the presentation during the month of March. And on April 22nd, it will be presented. We're hoping that some of our local restaurants will have viewing parties on that date and invite people to come and enjoy some food and the presentation.
Councilor Morton, you don't have to be a member of the chamber to vote, correct?
Say again?
You don't have to be a member of the chamber to vote, correct?
No, this is open to the entire public. The only limitation is only chamber members can be nominated as business winners, and the entire list of all the chamber members, which has grown hugely over the last year, will be in the ballot online.
Great. Additional announcements or comments?
I guess only that on February 14th, I hope we will all step out as we are able to wish Oregon a very happy, happy birthday.
That's good. That's great. And then the hearts will be going up soon in downtown, so
Yes.
we can see who loves whom. And I hope that it hasn't changed much since last year.
Yes.
Okay, with that, if somebody would like to end the meeting?
Let's
This is a
send us home,
record.
Mr. Mayor.
All right. I heard that was an adjournment. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And we're done. Good evening.